Hello everyone, welcome back to Top 5 Fridays. My name is Jerry here for Kill the Cast, and we are talking about 5 movies that I need on Blu-ray that don't have Blu-ray releases, and we don't understand the fuck why. You've got all these companies out here releasing all these fucking movies, and yet these ones haven't been tackled. So, with that being said, we're going to get into it, and first of all, I have to get into 3 honorable mentions. 1, the first 2 Coffin Joe movies. The third one's on Blu-ray. The first 2 aren't. Now, Synapse released this beautiful DVD set, and this is probably the best we're ever going to get. In fact, mine is signed by the artist who did the cover work, Joel Robinson. So, hopefully, maybe one day, but I believe Synapse did say something about they didn't have a good enough negative, or didn't have the materials to make it. So, it's not going to happen. Second up, a childhood favorite. Daffy Duck's Quackbusters. This is a classic for anyone. This is the movie you watch with your kids when they're really young before you can start showing them Gremlins or something. Mostly because no one dies in a microwave in this movie, and I'm just burping now. For no reason. That was disgusting. So Daffy Duck's Quackbusters. Really need that happen. And the last one, which is also the biggest one, that is just a why? Warner Brothers. Why no Critters on Blu-ray? Even at least the first one. In fact, this year you put out this version, which is your same as your old version with the new slipcover. That's it. It's the same thing. Exact same thing. Critters deserves a Blu-ray release. So those are honorable mentions. Now, before we get into my horror top 5, I'm going to let you know there is a bonus video that goes into my top 5 non-horror Blu-rays that I really, really want. So you'll be able to check that out. It'll be another video. But let's get into my horror ones. So with that being said, the first one is Wicked City. It is a horror anime. It is fantastic. Kenneth and I did a episode on the podcast, a anime double feature with this and Perfect Blue. Perfect Blue is actually out on Blu-ray, but only if you're region free, because it's a region B release. And I did try for the most part to stick with ones that have not been released on Blu-ray and Region A, except for my number 1. I broke my rule on that one. You'll see why. So Wicked City is a great horror anime. It's got violence, sex, nudity, everything you would want. It's definitely one worth checking out. So, next up, the Carnosaur movies. At least the first 2, maybe even the third one, but can we get Carnosaur 1 and 2 at least on a double pack Blu-ray? That's all I want, is terrible dinosaur movies on Blu-ray. It would mean the world to me. Come on, make this happen. Who owns this now? I don't know if New Condore is still a company, but come on, make it happen. And while you're doing it, some special features would also be nice. In fact, call me. I'll do commentary for Carnosaur. Oh, hey Cass. Cass is here to help me. Next one up is a Toho classic. This is actually released on Blu-ray in Japan. And so, much like my number 1, it breaks my rule. But it has no English subtitles. So even if I wanted to get it, it wouldn't do much for me because I don't speak Japanese. But Matang Go is one of my all-time favorite horror movies ever. It is a fantastic psychological movie. It is one that I highly recommend you see. What else can I say about Matango that my cat will let me say? Because as you can see, my cat is very excited about Matango. It's Cass approved, and Cass doesn't like Jason Takes Manhattan. So, look at that. Look at him rub all over Matango. Don't you want Matango now? Look, he's rubbing all over all my choices. Obviously, that's a winner. Next one up is another childhood favorite of mine, and I had to bust out the VHS, Shark Attack. I would love to see at least the first 2 Shark Attack movies come out on Blu-ray. Once again, nice little double pack for us. You don't really have to include the third one, but I'm not going to complain if you do include the third one. So, is it okay if I pause if a cat's on the screen? Yes, I see you, Cass. I see you, buddy. Okay, so Shark Attack. This is back when, even though, yes, it's a bad shark movie, it still took itself serious. It's not like Sharknado, which I brought up in my last top 5 when I was talking about Meg. This is one that at least takes itself serious. And that's one of the reasons I want it. One, this cover is so iconic. I want this as a poster in this office. I have yet to find a high enough quality picture to blow it up and make it. But girl in a yellow bathing suit, a one-piece yellow bathing suit, which to me is always striking, about to get eaten by a gigantic shark. The sharks in this movie aren't even this big. I don't know why they made it that big. But it also stars Casper Van Dien, which you've seen us cover a movie of his on KFC, and you should know him from at least Starship Troopers. So with that being said, let's go on to my last one. I don't have anything for my last one. So without further ado, 1980, Alligator. I love this movie. It is one of my all-time favorite creature features. It's in my top 3 favorite creature features along with Jaws and Orca. It is absolutely fantastic. It does have an Italian release, but that release is pretty terrible for the most part. It's got an out-of-print DVD, and even the VHS a lot of time I see sell for like $40. There's just no good way to get Alligator. So that begs the question, who owns Alligator? Because this is a prime title for Arrow or Scream Factory, to jump a Synapse, however you say their name. This would be a prime example of amazing movies that they could be tackling. But I don't know who owns the rights for it. A lot of people keep saying Lionsgate, and if that's true, maybe it'll come to the Vestron titles, which I will pre-order. You could charge me $50 for that Blu-ray, and I will buy it. As long as it actually has, I know there is a commentary, because there's a commentary on the old DVD, which I still haven't found a copy of, so I know there's a commentary, and I love seeing Alligator. It's that pool scene. I want to see the pool scene in high definition, 1080. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the movie. If you don't want to watch the movie, I did a video on the other greatest moments in horror history where I talk about the pool scene and show it. So if you really want to see it, you can check that out. And that's it for me. Without further ado, I'm going to take a sip of my sweet tea and get out of here. Don't you agree, Cass? Okay.